I gave one AI agent 8 hours to build a business from nothing. No idea, no product, no website. It did not need 8 hours. At 51 minutes and 50 seconds, it had created a €59 service, a complete delivery system, a landing page, and a real PayPal checkout. But one final step sat outside the machine. Another human had to care enough to act. This is where the experiment became much more interesting. 8 hours was the maximum, not the target. A real business attempt needed a defined customer, something deliverable, a page, and a working way to pay, no self-purchase, no invented customer, and no result added later for drama. At 21:05:23, the official clock began with an empty clean room folder and no product idea supplied. The chronology comes from the saved run log and verified artifacts, not a reconstructed countdown. At 37 seconds, the offer was already locked. The agent had searched for people describing a problem in public, not broad trend reports, not imaginary personas, real founders asking for help. And one pattern appeared across 5 recent requests. The strongest signal came from a SaaS founder who said paid traffic was producing weak signup, and some new users disappeared after one day. The founder asked for feedback on the landing page, sign-up flow, and onboarding. A generic page, Audit, looked tempting. The agent rejected it. That was the first important decision. Free and paid page audits were already everywhere, and a prettier headline could not explain what happened after someone clicked. The agent chose a narrower job, the SaaS First-Session Leak Map. It would follow one user journey from the promise on a landing page through the primary call to action, sign up, onboarding, and the first useful result. This connected the marketing promise to product behavior. The central idea was simple. A page can be clear while the handoff still breaks. Instead of selling opinions about one screen, the product would find the moment a new user loses the thread. The price was set at €59. That was a hypothesis, not evidence that anyone would pay. It was designed as a low-friction test for a bootstrapped founder. The scope was one English language SaaS, one landing page, one primary sign-up and onboarding path, and no more than 10 screens or 20 minutes of product use. Delivery was promised within 24 hours after complete intake and safe access. No meeting, no conversion guarantee. The tight boundary mattered because vague AI work becomes impossible to check. The report was designed around 6 useful parts: a first session timeline, exactly 3 priority fixes, a rewritten hero, and up to 3 in-product messages, exactly 6 measurement events, a 7-day action plan, and 1 clarification round. That made the output auditable instead of magical. So the agent built the business around the report. There was a buyer intake form, a quality checklist, a fulfillment procedure, customer emails, refund rules, privacy language terms, and a safe access policy. The system had to survive a real first order. The reviewer would never ask for production admin credentials, customer records, health data, financial accounts, or real payment details. If the journey could not be reviewed safely, the order would be refunded. This was not glamorous, but it was the part that made delivery possible. It prepared one public page observation for the founder with the clearest request. The sample suggested moving a concrete first result, uploading a statement, and seeing expenses categorized closer to the hero. But the document explicitly said this was not customer work, not a case study, and not proof of results. It separated what was visible from what remained a hypothesis. That disclaimer weakened the hype, but strengthened the product. At 47 minutes and 30 seconds, the owner-only landing site was verified. It turned the offer into one sentence: find the moment your new user loses the thread. The hero explained the journey, price, 24-hour delivery, and lack of guarantees before the first button. Every claim came from the saved offer. The screenshot proves the finished page, not a public launch. The page was built to reduce uncertainty, not manufacture urgency. No testimonials, no fake scarcity, no invented results. At this point, the agent had an offer, a deliverable, fulfillment, and a website, but the business was still a closed machine. This is where many AI demos stop. Without a payment route, the blue button was only decoration. The agent wrote the exact PayPal item name, description, price, service settings, customer note prompt, redirect plan, and test checklist, but it could not safely sign legal terms, own the seller identity, or enter private account credentials. Those obligations belonged to the account holder. A human account holder had to log in and create the real D link. That intervention was not hidden. It was the boundary between generating instructions and accepting responsibility for money. It did. At exactly 51 minutes and 50 seconds, the live PayPal checkout was verified. It showed the exact service, SaaS First-Session Leak Map, 24-hour audit, and a total of €59. The buyer could choose PayPal, Apple Pay, or a card where eligible. The private landing page button was connected to that link. This was real checkout proof, not a mock-up and not a sale. No payment was attempted or counted as revenue. The agent had prepared a careful launch plan. It found 5 founders who had publicly asked for relevant feedback. No scraped emails, no unsolicited direct messages, no link spam. Here is the line the polished page cannot show. The outreach ledger is empty. Nothing had actually been sent. No public reply was posted. No launch post was published. No traffic analytics were installed or verified. And the landing site was not publicly launched to customers during this run. The product and checkout were connected, but the market never received the offer. So the experiment cannot honestly tell us whether founders wanted it. It means less than either side of the AI debate would like. 0 sales does not prove the idea failed because there was no public launch and no recorded distribution. It is an untested commercial hypothesis. Here is the verified scorecard. Every line comes from saved evidence. Idea, complete, product package, complete at 10 minutes and 37 seconds. Owner-only landing site, verified at 47 minutes and 30 seconds. Live €59 checkout, verified at 51 minutes and 50 seconds. Public launch, no. Outreach, 0. Customers, 0. Sales, 0. Revenue, €0. The agent built the commercial machine in under 52 minutes. It did not produce market proof, and we will not pretend that it did. In one build session, AI compressed work that normally crosses research, positioning, web design, and checkout configuration. More important, those pieces agreed with each other. The price, scope, delivery promise, intake, report, website, and payment page described the same service. That consistency is the real leap. AI did not just write faster, it coordinated an entire small business system. A human still had to own the PayPal account, accept the legal and financial responsibility, protect customer data, review quality, issue refunds, and decide whether to publish the offer. And only another human can create the final proof by choosing to buy. That is the cleanest lesson from this experiment. AI can now assemble the infrastructure of a small business at extraordinary speed. It cannot manufacture permission, accountability, trust, or genuine demand. The business infrastructure was built in 51 minutes and 50 seconds. The market test has not begun. Give it 7 real public days, and one question remains. Will anybody pay?